Hi guys, can you hear me?
How strange.
Can you guys hear me on
Can hear
YouTube?
you.
You
Wait, now
still
I
can hear me. Now
wait.
you can hear me?
Oh wait, now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, I need to figure out why I can't hear you, Maggie.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Wait, there it says the host has unmuted your mic. So now does it work?
Weird. Let me see. I don't think I'm connected to any headphones, so that's weird.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't have any headphones in here. Let me
It
turn
would be my luck to have technical difficulties. My first time I do this. Wait, you guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can
Okay,
hear.
so everybody online can hear me, but I can't seem to hear you, which would be hard to have a conversation.
That is insane. Yeah, and it doesn't.
Can you guys hear Maggie? Tuning in for oh wow, that's so nice. Can you guys hear Maggie? Oh,
When
they can hear both of us. Well,
what?
this sucks.
Right. So you guys can hear us, but I can hear.
I can read your lips. You said wait, so you guys can hear us, but you can't hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
So what could it be? Let's look at the settings. I am so sorry, guys. I feel like I should have 1 second. Oh my god. Hello? How about now?
I can hear you.
Can you guys
You can hear me?
I can hear it.
Yay!
Thank the Lord.
Oh
This is
my
kind of traffic. I thought the CIA entered the chat for a second.
Yeah.
I was like, is the CIA stopping me from doing this?
I just opened it.
Take me down. Okay, I'm gonna go on live on TikTok really quickly with my phone.
Yeah,
I'm feeling like I'm 3 minutes late there. And then let's go.
Oh my god, y'all are cracking me up in the comments already.
How is this happening to me? Because I'm a pretty prepared person, but now all of a sudden I don't know how to do this. Okay, there we go. Go live. Hi guys. So my name is Elsie. You have now been you've entered the vortex officially. Really, I have to confirm. This is ridiculous.
Oh my god, it's not showing up that you're live on my TikTok right now, so I just want to put that out there. That it's literally not updating that it's showing that it's not showing me that you're live, and I'm like on your page.
Okay, let's see. Because what is happening? CIA, get out of here.
We rebuke you.
Nick Shapiro, try it again later. Not today.
Don't make me get the Florida water out.
I know. Wait, you're in Florida?
No, I live in California, but like I've got my Florida water at all times. Like
that's funny.
Well, yeah. Oh goodness.
That's funny. I guess we're gonna give up. There's a lot of you guys in here. How do I see how many? Oh, 100.
I love that. Let's go. You're doing the Lord's work out here with the FAFO. Like
apparently. I don't know. My husband saw Don Lemon was talking about something and he was like, FAFO. My husband was like, wait, did he copy you? And I was like, I think it's a term that exists already.
Yes,
I've kind of been using it a lot lately. My husband
I love that you call it the associates.
Because I know, because it's like we're firm. You know, I'm sorry, but wait, do they need me to actually show my ID card? What is happening? Is this a thing?
Is it not letting you go live on TikTok right now?
It's asking me to like prove my age. Oh, now it's saying I should do my face. You guys, we're learning together. Don't judge me.
That's so funny. I don't remember if it had me do that the first time I went live, but it was a long time ago.
157. You guys, thank you. We support you, Queen. That is so cute. Where is everybody coming in from? So I'm in Miami. Somebody said they were phoning in. No, they were watching from Paris or France before. So where is everybody while we figure this out?
While we figure out what these little
technical difficulties. Oh, there we go. Do you see me on live on TikTok?
Wait, let's see. I'm refreshing. I'm gonna close the app, open it back up. Yes. Boom.
Okay, there we go. All right. finally, we're here. So how are you, Maggie? First of all, it is so nice to meet you.
It is so nice to meet you too.
This interaction is very, very wild.
Yes, I love that we're all coming together over
this. After the first date. It's okay.
Right. We're like, you know what? We all just want to be informed, so why not? Let's like figure this out together. And it's great seeing everybody's difference in opinions, and your take is just hysterical. I love your commentary. I love when you say go with God. Like that has just become like a new way I approach.
The Lord be with you, beloved. I love that. I love when I say that too.
Yes, I love that. So I'm just I'm doing good. My morning has been interesting. I actually I woke up earlier than I expected and was like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and was like, all right, let's listen to a legal hearing today. Like this.
That's amazing. No, I normally I wake up super early. Like I wake up before my son just to kind of get my bearings.
Same.
And depending on what day it is, my husband wakes up all different hours. But today he woke up super early, so I woke up with him. But then I decided to get back in the bed at like 6.
Yeah.
And then I didn't wake up again until like 8:30, and I was like, "Girl, get your ass up." So anyway, that's how the morning has been. And I tuned into the hearing, and just off the bat, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a fun day."
Yeah, that's exactly what my thoughts were too. Was like, this is interesting. This isn't what I expected, but this is like. There was a lot of
spicy as I expected it to be though. It was super spicy. Like
the judge was very I like what Not Actually Golden said. She talked about how like sometimes you'll go into court and the judge won't really be like he won't be as aware of the case as you would.
Oh no, Judge Lyman's been watching the TikToks.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's been on TikTok, but I mean, it looks like nothing got past him.
Yeah.
Not a single thing they said. If you guys missed it, by the way, we're discussing, if you're just joining in, we're currently 190 of you guys. I thought we would have 5. So shout out to all of you and us.
Thank you for being here.
Like, that was the most like, and I obviously haven't listened to many hearings, but he was so very no BS about it. Like, you are not going to try to pull any wool over his eyes. Anything anybody said, he came back with like, before you get too far, let me bring you back to my question. I love when he did that a couple of times. He's like, answer my question. I was like,
yeah. I was like, he's not, he seems like one of those, like, let's just get this over with. Like, he's got a docket full today. Like, that's what a lot of people, I think a lot of people don't realize just how busy a courtroom actually is. Like, the court has its like docket filled every single day, and it is like they want to give the time they want to give, but they've got a lot to do. So it was like, let's get through this, let's get to the point, and it was still an hour and a half long.
I feel like he was trying so hard to not say the words, don't waste the court's time, get to the point a couple of times, because I could feel him. Because Blake's lawyers, and this is an unbiased take, they work salad if I've ever heard it. Like, they would make one point, but like would take 10 different avenues of saying it. And the judge would like, so at the end of the day, what are you trying to say? Like, is this what, be done with it?
Right.
You know, and they would try to like cut, because Brian Friedman did not say a peep the whole time they talked. And then as soon as Brian Friedman started talking, the New York Times lawyer was like, Your Honor, the judge was like, nah, I'm not playing that.
Why was she objecting? Like they were in trial. She was like, I would object. The New York Times would object. And it's like, we're not in trial right now. This is just a hearing. Like,
it was a mess.
That's one thing that I thought, oh God, like that shocked me for her to come in and say that, because you don't do that in a courtroom. Like you don't jump in and interrupt. Like,
because nobody interrupted. And then after she did it, it kind of gave Blake's people, because they started doing it a little bit here and there.
Right.
But the judge was like, this is not a trial. Like, if you want me to swear you under oath to testify to all this, and then that's when Brian Friedman was like, New York Times specifically said they've gone through thousands of pages of text, and the judge was like, if you want to testify to that under oath, I will swear you in. But we're not in court like right now. Like this one. But it was a lot. Like, I was not expecting to get that much information. All for them to try to not say the word, say with me, Taylor Swift. because that was literally the end all be all of this. That's the only person you're really trying to protect here. Am I wrong?
High profile individual, the highest profiled individual. Like, let's
literally the words. If you guys missed it, or there's 237 of you in here, and I'm gonna kind of try to give updates to make sure nobody's missing anything. We're still kind of introducing the topic of the trade secrets, and it's a drinking game now. If you know you're home and you can drink, every time you hear trade secrets, take a swig of something because you're gonna hear it. Okay,
that's right. I got my water.
It was ridiculous how many times I have notes, guys, pages of notes.
Let's go through your notes.
This is all from the hearing.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you were able to take notes. I was like, it was prime.
I was getting my son ready too. I was getting my son ready. After a point, I was like, you know what? That's when I took his little phone and I was like, just record it. That way you can go back and re-listen, because everything they said almost seemed noteworthy. Because I'm like, who are you trying to get this past? Like, it was ridiculous, the things they were trying to claim. But all this to say, guys, if you missed it and you really don't have time to listen to this live, which I think we could go for like about an hour if you have the time.
That sounds good to me. Yeah.
The long and short of the story is they don't want us to see Taylor Swift text message, period. That's it.
They definitely don't want us to see the text messages between Blake and Taylor, or Brian and Taylor at all. Like,
did you hear the hypothetical situation they put up when they were like, let's say Mr. Baldoni was texting a friend and whatever he told a friend would come out. And I was like, Mr. Baldoni doesn't care. He wants you to see what he texts people. You're trying to say Taylor's name without saying her name tells me either Blake and Taylor had text message about specifically doing this, or she went home and probably was texting Taylor like, "Oh, that man is fine."
Yeah. Oh God, that's hilarious.
Seriously, there is nothing, because I feel like I specifically wrote this down and I'm gonna find it. But if you're Taylor or Blake and you text each other about how uncomfortable or unsafe you felt, and this was one of the videos I made before, like I even had enough followers, so nobody had probably watched it. But it was one of the videos that did really well on Instagram, was me asking, I want to see text messages between Blake and anybody. Stating how uncomfortable she felt. Because in my experience, through college, through life, especially in situations like this, you always make sure you text somebody.
Yeah, you text somebody. You share your experience in some way, like, wow, this really weird thing happened, or I didn't expect this to happen, or whatever. At least one time. Like, yeah, I agree with that. I agree.
So I was like, if those texts exist, that makes Blake scared. Somebody commented something?
Someone just said it's giving Guilty as Sin, which is a Taylor Swift song, so that's just, y'all, I can't.
My God, how am I missing these? Oh, the comments on the right side of my screen. Okay.
I'm laughing. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the YouTube comments.
That's hilarious. Let me make sure you guys on TikTok. Give me 1 second, YouTube. I'm not ignoring you guys. It's just my cameras. Oh, somebody says turn a bit to the side so we can see. Oh, we just see your profile. It's not a bad profile though. Like, hold on. Let me reposition the camera so you guys are like looking at my face. Okay.
What was something from your notes that like you just were like, oh my God?
Oh, hold on 1 second. I think literally as soon as, if you missed the hearing, I'm going to try to play the mic, because again, I conferred with my lawyer and I'm not allowed to share it. And
definitely tell anybody that, like, like, don't
Some people went on live and streamed it, and I'm sure they have to take those streams down. Yeah.
Oh, good God.
But there were multiple YouTubers who were live streaming the hearing.
Oh, good Lord.
Like actually playing it on live. I'm scared for them.
Yeah, so, no, I mean, there is one of the like people who I'll find her and I'll tag her, but she just made a video about this and was talking about how she like does a lot of the Diddy updates, and she posted just a photo of something, and that the court contacted her, like the district court contacted her and asked her to take it down, and she was like, and it had like 10 million views, but even just the photo of the thing was a violation. So but if you took notes on it, that's fine to share.
That's fine. Yeah, and I didn't want to miss anything, so I'm gonna like, talk to you guys. You're not gonna hear anything. I have about 6 pages of notes, so I'm gonna confer and let you guys know what I remember. But if you missed it, or if you're just coming in, we're still talking about the hearing today. it started, the first 20, 30 minutes was pretty boring because it was like the PR people going back and forth, like stating.
Yeah, they let the PR people go first.
They let the PR people go first, which the first thing I wrote, I was like, Your Honor, we know you're very seasoned. I'm sorry. I'm laughing because it was almost as if like it was like a popularity contest, like with the judge. Oh my! Let the judge know you respect him. Like let the judge know you know he. The judge is like, I know I'm seasoned. Get to your point.
Right.
Because they just saying, oh, like Your Honor, we know you're very seasoned in this field, and we know you know how these cases go. Because I literally circled, I know you're very seasoned, because I could not stop laughing when I said that. Because they said it more than one time.
Golden Corral, building a buffet salad.
And you could just hear the judge, and Judge Lyman sounded like he wanted to be anywhere but this freaking hearing today. Because I could hear him just ready to be like, get to the point. Somebody said sending love from Walk, Florida. Thank you so much. I'm in Miami, so I don't know how far that is, actually. My geography is horrible if it's not continental. So anyway, I'm trying to figure out some of the stuff I circled. We can go through everything step by step if you guys would like. But just off the bat, the publicists came in talking about the reason they want the AEO, which attorneys' eyes only order, is because they're trying to protect their trade secrets from getting out. And I was like,
it's
a what?
They're PR trade secrets.
And then they specifically said they don't want the other clients' information to get out in their marketing strategies.
Their marketing plans. They made note of the marketing plans.
Marketing plans. And the judge was like, what other clients? Like,
which sounds like shade, but it wasn't.
Seriously, and the judge was like, whoever is involved in this case is already known. Like, is there like a third party we don't know about that's now gonna, like, who are you trying to protect? And oh my God, first of all, the lawyer, at some point it sounded like they were yelling. I don't know if my phone was too loud or whatever the situation is, but they specifically, go ahead, Maggie. I have to turn it
turning it up and down.
Yeah, I had to keep going up and down.
She was loud.
It sounded like whenever the judge would say something they don't agree with, it was like, "Well, Your Honor." I was like, calm your ass down. It's not that freaking serious. Oh my God. So another thing too that I made note of is they made a point. They did, however, not use the words Hamas or mention Israel specifically, but they brought up the fact that Steve Sorowitz said when this case is done, he wants to see dead bodies. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that, Maggie, but
I remember that and was like, why is that even being brought up? Where did we see that? Like, was that in a report from a magazine? Like, what was this alleged statement? When was this said?
But on the amended complaint, they said somebody had that conversation with Steve Sorowitz at the New York premiere, where he said, "I have an unlimited budget. When it's done, like, did you see what Israel did to Hamas? Like, I'm gonna." I was like, "Yeah, I did not say that. Under no circumstances did he say that."
I've been in court I've been in court to have to fight something, and that would have been considered hearsay if I would have tried to use that as evidence. You're taking what someone said to someone else?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like which is why they didn't repeat it at the hearing, because they just, like, at the hearing, all they said was the defendants have proven to be working on an unlimited budget, then mentioned the $100 million Mr. Steve Sorowitz is willing to put up, and then said when they're done, he's gonna they said Steve Sorowitz brought up dead bodies and saying when this is done, he wants to see dead bodies, referring to
alluding to
pretty much
a statement that was shared from someone who heard it from someone.
Yeah. And what do you think about them talking about security measures?
Wait a minute. So you're gonna tell me Ryan can basically make that PR stunt where all those Deadpools were taped to those green pieces of paper or whatever, and they're over here talking about security? They want more security measures?
Mm-hmm. And Brian Friedman said security has nothing to do with this case. Like later in the hearing, he was like, there is nothing in this case that is remotely about their security measures. Like, we don't care what their security measures are.
I think we care more than we care. Like, we don't care about your security.
Like,
we don't
that's
care.
not, because they were trying to make the point also that like they want to protect addresses, and then they're like mental health information, health.
It's like those things are already protected.
These mental health problems that y'all are trying to protect. Who is it? Like, who has these
Right.
mental health problems? So at some point, it just started to feel like they were throwing everything on the wall to see, like, for the judge to be like, oh my God, yeah, I definitely can't let that get out. But you can't ask for blanket protection. Like, if you want us to, and then because Brian Friedman's whole argument, which his new name is Be Free, because like that's the nickname I chose to give him today, because that he came ready. Every time it was his turn to talk, he just have somebody said, what do you think the judge will rule? I'm trying to read the comments as I do this, because this is my first time. 313, you guys.
Oh my God.
Who am I to y'all? Who do you think I am? I really appreciate it.
I love that. I love that.
One on TikTok. I don't know, Maggie, can you see the comments on TikTok also?
Yeah, I can see the comments on TikTok. Yes.
Okay, because I don't want to miss anything. You guys, I'm so sorry. It's just, this is my first time doing the live, so I don't know when to. Oh, and then yeah, somebody said like the stream. You got. Oh, I'm supposed to say all that. This is so fun. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. If you're new here, so yeah, that's the subscribe part.
All the things. You guys know what to do. Stuff. You know what to do.
Exactly. You know what to do. Don't make me say it.
Become a part of the FAFO and Associates. Need more associates. Let's go.
And I know you guys keep asking me for the merch. Just a quick note on that. I'm trying to make it affordable. Like, I found a way to make it, but it wouldn't have been affordable. I would have had to charge like $60 a hoodie, and I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous. Like, no, I wouldn't pay that. So, somebody sent me a heart. Thank you. So I don't know if that was a heart or like it was an emoji. What happens on TikTok Live if somebody does the hand heart?
Oh, that's thing? A gift. They sent you a gift, I think. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what that looks like. That's good. At the end of your live, you'll get like a screenshot of how long you were live, what people gifted you, who the people were who commented the most. They give you like a lot of data, so like it'll be super helpful. It's so cool. It'll be super helpful.
Like, after this is over, like, I need to do something once to get my bearings, and then you're gonna be sick of me. I'm about to be turning my camera on every time I feel like it. Watch. Like, I literally need it one time. Somebody said you're crushing. I think breathe, embody, flow. Oh, that's so nice. Don't let Blake see that, because she's gonna. That sounds very sensual. Breathe, embody, flow. That sounds very sensual with the hearts. But thank you, I appreciate it. I just missed the point. So the merch. I found a way to make it, but I would have had to charge like $60 because everything was done here. And it was great. The quality was great, but nobody's trying to pay $60 for no damn hoodie. So I was like, I need to find a way to make it more affordable. So today, my husband's mission is actually going to a couple embroidery spots or whoever in Florida, in Miami, to find samples from different people to make sure we can get it under like a good cost, but still keeping it affordable and quality. So give me about like a week. Oh, somebody said Dave Neal deleted his cord video. Yeah, he's one of the people I saw on stream too, was streaming the live. Yeah, and I think when I tuned in to look, he had like 12,000 people watching.
Aye.
I don't know the ramifications for that, because something just told me, girl, do not go live. Because I almost did this morning, because I was set up and ready to go. I was like, oh, do you go live and listen? My husband was like, I don't think. So I talked to my lawyer, and it was like, it depends. Sometimes it's just frowned upon. But I think at the beginning of the call, it specifically said like broadcasting of this.
Don't record. Yeah. It's because it's a federal case.
Yeah, so don't do that. So anyway, so that's with the merch. And somebody asked about the shea butter I saw in there. I'm working on it. I have enough shea butter right now at home to make maybe 10. So if you guys want, I will make that and put it out there for 10 people, first come, first serve to buy. And then if you really want it, I will order. I'll have my husband has to go back to Ghana in like 2 weeks, so he can bring back more, and I'll make that. Let me get back on track, because I tend to go off on tangents.
We want you to plug yourself, because we want to support you. So like,
I don't want to go away.
We can support you. People have to know, or you got to give them the information. So don't feel bad for being like, oh, by the way, you're spending your time. You spent your time, which is valuable, doing this, and now you're sharing it with us. So we appreciate you, and we're grateful. Please tell us more from your notes. I want to know. I was going to say, like, what things did you, and I didn't say this, I was going to say put arrows at, and then when you said I circled seasoned, like you are very seasoned, I was like, all right, let's get into the juicy parts.
Yeah,
like
I circled certain things. So, and then like in the beginning, because we already talked about the trade stuff, and then let's talk about the fact that I need that exfoliating cloth. I will attach that too. I have about 8 of them in stock right now that I was selling at farmers markets. That's easy to get, so that I can send that in. And I think what I'm gonna do is because that's not as expensive as the shea butter and stuff. So if somebody buys, like, say if you buy shea butter, if you buy the soap, I'm gonna just throw in like the what you call it, a sponge in my country, but people call it exfoliating cloth here, so it's so weird.
Oh my god, I get it.
Exfoliating cloth. I'm like, it's a sponge. It's like a bath sponge. So I would throw those in. If you guys like, if you buy like a hoodie and some shea butter or whatever, you get that for free, and it's like the best thing for your skin, like to shower with that. So, but like the one thing off the bat, as soon as they said, because the specific term the lady used was, there are high PR value, high PR clientele in here who, if their messages were to get out, the messages itself could mean nothing. Like she said, it could be little evidentiary value,
right?
But simply because it's that person, it could just blow up out of proportion. And I was like, let us be the judge of that. Let us decide. Like if Blake and Taylor are texting about their grocery list, we don't give not one shit. Like it will literally be like, oh yeah, they were texting about groceries. That's not gonna go viral. Now, if they were texting about some bullshit, that will go viral.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I don't know why you guys are trying to, because they belabored that point. They said it more than one time. There is no evidentiary value.
High profile individuals, like they kept saying that.
Say her name. It will save you so much time. Like they literally did everything that I was like, is Hugh Jackman texting nudes to Ryan Reynolds? Like allegedly. But like what's happening? Like just let us see what we need to see and decide for ourselves. And then they went out of their way, and then we already brought up the security measures, and then it said people who work with, and then they try to, this is where Brian Friedman really he said he was offended, because they said, obviously, Your Honor, we're in a court, so we know Mr. Friedman himself might not, be looking to share these informations, but already people who work with Mr. Friedman is trading information with content creators and media. And I said, LOL. I literally put LOL. So offensive. You don't think TMZ and everybody else has people like waiting in a court? Like you don't think they're waiting to like suss out anything to suggest
they pay people to do that? They literally pay people to do that.
To suggest that Brian Friedman is the one leaking this. He was so offended by that. He was like, Your Honor, I take offense.
Yeah, he was like, it's unnecessary and it's offensive.
It's offensive. I love that for him. I was like, get him, B. Get him, B.
Yeah. Go, Brian.
No, but funny enough, as soon as he came on, he was like, Your Honor, Brian Friedman for, and because he's covering, like, he's defending so many people, he was like, Brian Friedman for Justin Baldoni, Wait for Studios, it ends with us LLC, Melissa Nathan, Jen, he said, and everybody else. There were like so many people he had to cover. It was amazing. Like, he was very funny. We already covered where like it seemed like people, they were trying to kind of go off way too far from what the judge said, and he literally said, bring that shit back to the original question, because it seemed like more than one occasion. Yeah, they were trying to like waste his time and talk about, and then the lawyers for Blake, they used the word insatiable. They said, Your Honor, consider there is such an insatiable appetite for any information that comes out of this case. Like they're pretty much trying to say the reason they want this ADO so badly is because we're just like bottom feeders waiting. And I was like, well then, I'm a fucking shrimp. And that's
I'm a lobster bitch.
I'm a lobster bitch.
Is there a lobster emoji?
I'm waiting at the bottom of the sea. Give me, yum, whatever you get, I want it. Are you kidding me? You call it me a bottom feeder? They pretty much were like, the third party people involved have high PR value, low evidentiary value. Nothing is gonna come out of this. And you can see I put here, I said, Taylor Swift, say the name. Like, just say
the name. Yeah.
This is the only person you really care about protecting. Because if you're Blake and you truly had text messages surrounding everything you claim Justin did, your messages coming out should help you. Am I wrong? It's like, it should look good for you to be like, oh my God, I was afraid somebody's putting shrimp and lobsters in.
I know, I saw there's crabs. I love it.
Oh my God. Wait, are we crustacean now? Like, should we just be like,
gang?
We're crustacean. Like, I'm a shrimp. If I'm a bottom feeder, like, at this point, I want to be, make shrimp scampi out of me. Because shit. It's not, I'm not falling for it. And then so they specifically, when they said that, and the judge was like, okay, give me an example. Like,
yeah.
And they would say, we want to protect certain doctors. The judge was like, give me an example. That's when they gave the hypothetical, and I put hypothetical my ass. Like, there is definitely text messages between Taylor and Blake, probably either discussing how to go about this, or Taylor and Blake texting nothing about SH, nothing about feeling uncomfortable, which if those text messages come out, you might as well beg Justin to drop his case or pay him to go away, because it doesn't help you one bit. That's the only reason. Because if Taylor is your friend and you really went through this, I don't think she would care about your text messages coming out. Like, she would be like, girl, give them the messages. Let them prove that you were really unsafe. Like, I don't get this hidey hole thing.
I don't know if I've heard anybody say this, but what if she, I mean, here's what I think. If they don't want it to come out, maybe someone suggested to someone else, here's what you should do if you think this was this. And if that comes out, that person who said that was one of the dragons, either one of the dragons, one of the PR people, or the husband or somebody that was basically like gave her this idea. Because let's be honest, do we think that this was her on her own? Or that's why I think maybe they don't want all these text messages to come out, because maybe there was some collusion between parties, or between, certain parties and people that high profile individuals that they don't want be named.
I definitely think there was collusion, and I have this theory I've been working on for a while, and I guess there's 300 people in here and 141 on TikTok. I might as well go ahead and let's test the theory out with everybody right now. I was gonna make an actual video about it, but what are your thoughts? Let me ask you, Maggie. What are your thoughts on Paul Feig's wife's newfound appetite to fight in the comments? What do you think about that? Let's start there.
I saw your video and I saw this, and as soon as Paul Feig entered the conversation and was like, Blake Lively's so great to work with, I was like, keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him, because he's just trying to protect the movie. He's just trying to make sure his movie doesn't fail at this point, because that's your worst case scenario. That's your worst case scenario. Is if you're him, you're like, oh, great. The lead person in our movie is like in the middle of this heinous legal battle. This is not good for our movie. This is not good for our movie. Let's just put out a statement that we're on whatever, that it was great to work with her. And then everybody started nitpicking the things apart, and then even more comments came out, and he looks like he's lied for them as well. And it's like, well, he has a benefit if he does lie from them, because he obviously benefits from that, because he wants his movie to do well. As for his wife, what is going on?
Weird. Absolutely weird. And let me tell you why I think it's weird. Because I said this last week, and I kept thinking, and then I had brought it up on a live, because I had gone on I got invited on a live with why am I blanking? Donna. I don't know if you know her. Donna, and then I think Zach. Zach. I went on a live with them and I brought it up, and they weren't as alarmed as I was by the situation, but I continue to be alarmed by it, especially because like a couple days ago, Paul Feig's wife was still fighting in the comments with people, like yesterday.
Right.
And my whole point is, I'm going to bring it up to you now. Let's see if you think I'm absolutely nuts. But my point was, Paul Feig's wife's first comment, I think she left, was, you guys don't say you're boycotting the movie because she already got paid. Did you see that comment?
Oh my God. Wow.
Did you see what she was like specifically, she said, oh, Blake already got paid. So like, if you boycott the movie, you're not hurting her. She said those specific words. But then that's not what bothered me. What bothered me was, if Blake's already been paid, your husband's already been paid, why do you care whether people go watch it or not? Because like I had said the other time, this is the one time in history, I feel like, if a movie flops completely, nobody's blaming Paul Feig.
Well,
Like if Another Simple Favor goes in a trash can and doesn't get one view, nobody cares. Like it's not like everybody's gonna say he directed a bad movie or he didn't do a good job. Everybody knows if Another Simple Favor doesn't do well, it's because we are not supporting Blake Lively. Am I wrong?
I totally agree. I think that it's already evident that it's not going to theaters, that there was something that happened where they were like, this is not going to go to theater. Like this is going to go straight to streaming. And
then, go ahead.
Why does her last movie have this huge PR and press campaign, but then this next movie just goes straight to streaming and the movie comes out like in a month or so, and we're not being inundated with anything. We just got the trailer and like the poster.
Somebody said it.
But we don't
the
have
reason that was alarming. So go ahead.
Oh, I said, but we don't have like a full-blown campaign like we did for It Ends With Us with videos and this and that, and just we don't have the maximum effort for Another Simple Favor. We don't have that yet.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. The reason that was alarming to me, Paul Feig's wife, who knew Paul Feig even had a wife? So for her to come out and say, like, we didn't know her. Her name is Lori, I believe. Nobody cares about Lori. Like, and that's
the white lady's name.
Right. I'm just saying, like, we don't know her. We are not bothered by her. My question is, why is Lori coming to tell us, oh, Blake's already been paid? Like, it doesn't matter. That was alarming. And then she was still in the comments fighting people. But my question was, if Blake's been paid, your husband's been paid, you shouldn't care. Unless Blake has not been paid. And your husband has not been paid. Why? I think, and my theory is way out there, so reel me back in if you feel like it.
Let's go.
You know how like celebrities can negotiate to be paid before the movie, or they can get their cuts on the back end. Like they feel like the movie would do really well. So they're like, I don't want to be paid now. Give me a percentage of whatever you get after. My wildest dreams, my wildest theory is telling me, Blake, like, oh, I think, is somebody asking to join us? Oh, no, I don't think so. How do I know if somebody's asking? Like, would it pop up and tell me, or have to go
tell you, and then you can silence it if you don't want that.
I think, because I remember specifically an interview a couple years ago of Kevin Hart talking about how he didn't get paid for Jumanji, the second one. Because after the first one came out and he saw how well it did, he knew the second one would hit, so he didn't get paid. He took his pay on the back end because people were going to come out for it. So what if you're Blake Lively? And then think about this. Blake Lively got paid less than $1 million on A Simple Favor 1.
Right.
He got paid like $800,000. Blake hasn't done shit since A Simple Favor. What has she done between A Simple Favor and It Ends With Us? I don't think she's done anything.
No, yeah. Nothing memorable nothing.
Right. Anna Kendrick got paid very well because she's Anna Kendrick.
Right.
She comes with her own like crowd. But specifically on this movie, Blake and so specifically on this movie, Blake and Anna Kendrick had to have negotiations, which is why her name is above Anna. I don't know if you knew that, but they had to go. Apparently, Blake was fighting for that. She was like, "I'm Blake now," and Anna was like,
that for real?
Yeah, it's a whole thing. I wish I could pull up the article. I don't know how to do that on here, but there was a specific, like they had to go into negotiations for Blake to have her name above Anna, because it was pretty much like, okay, fine, you're Anna Kendrick, you can have your name first, but I'm Blake, so I'm gonna have my name up above you. It was a whole negotiation that had to take place. That's
my husband does contracts like that all the time. He has to deal with like really pretentious artists who want nitpicky shit like that, and it's just so nitpicky. It doesn't make any difference.
What concerns me. Hear me out, and this is where I'm about to go off the rails. So bring me back.
Let's do it.
Go off the rails. Keep in mind Kevin Hart saying he didn't take his money for Jumanji 2 because he knew 1 did so well, and I think Kevin Hart had done a couple projects between Jumanji 1 and 2, so he knew he would be coming with a crowd, right?
Right.
What if you're Blake Lively? You were just coming up having a baby. Your body wouldn't even be like in shape for A Simple Favor yet, but you were still going to do something before A Simple Favor 2 comes out. So you and your husband are sitting in the living room and you're like, ooh, because keep in mind, she didn't even bother to read the book.
Right.
She didn't even know It Ends With Us was It Ends With Us until she said somebody was in her backseat, some young lady Edna or whatever her name is was like, oh yeah, this blah 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 blah, it's gonna be good. What if Blake thought to herself, this It Ends With Us book has a crowd already, it has an audience,
Right.
it's gonna hit theaters, it's gonna take minimal, because let's be for real, people were gonna go see It Ends With Us whether Blake marketed it or not. Like that's one thing we need to get out of the way. They were gonna watch it because people were anticipating it from the book. It already had an audience. It's not like a random movie that was now looking for an audience, right? I'm getting there. I just want to make sure I set the stage well so you don't completely dismiss my theory.
Great.
I think it's good.
Good foundation. Very good foundation.
Thank you. So I feel like Blake and Ryan are at home thinking, oh my God, this is a great project to dip your toes in, get back in the acting scene. It's some random director, Justin Baldoni, who knows him. You can assert yourself. You can run the show over there. But if you do a good enough job, everybody that likes It Ends With Us is going to follow Lily, Blake, to Another Simple Favor. Therefore, ego ipso facto Oreo Colombo, when you're going to negotiate your money for Another Simple Favor, you get to tell them, by the way, I'm going to be bringing a whole crowd from It Ends With Us.
Ooh.
So therefore, if she only got paid $800,000, if she only got paid $800,000 on the first one, I could see her probably getting paid like 1.5 on the second one. But somehow she negotiated $3 million on It Ends With Us. She got paid $3 million. So she's now taking It Ends With Us paycheck to A Simple Favor 2, and it's like, look, I just got off $3 million here. I'm going to be bringing that crowd with me. I'm going to be bringing those fans. As a matter of fact, I don't even want my money now. I know the movie's going to do so well. I want my money after. Paul Feig is, and then I think about the fact that Paul Feig went on Justin Baldoni's podcast and pretty much told him to relinquish confidence.
Yeah, that was weird.
And Paul Feig probably hitched his wagon to Blake and was like, ooh, let's negotiate this shit together. I don't want my money now either. I will take it after. Right. So you need to bring the crowd. So the reason Paul Feig's wife would be so freaking angry about people not watching this movie is her husband probably ain't got $1 of that movie yet.
And yeah, people really tell you what they mean when they make comments like that. It's like, oh, she's already got paid.
I'm like, why did you have to tell us that? Right. I feel like the general public would already think she already got paid, but you emphasizing it to me was weird.
It's not about us not watching it so she doesn't get paid. Like she's missing the point entirely.
Like,
right. We don't want to see her anymore.
Again.
She got paid, then she can go away. So back to her southern plantation antebellum lifestyle greenhouse that she loves.
Go write on Preserve or something. Like, leave us alone. Like, go find the logins to Preserve. Because I truly think she forgot her password and logins on a Preserve Instagram. That's why she hasn't been back. Somebody give her the logins so she could go play over there and leave us the fuck alone. But I'm not joking, you guys. I really don't think, again, if you can show me her contract for Another Simple Favor that shows she's been paid, my theory goes into the trash can.
Yeah.
But until I see the contract that said she was already paid, I'm sticking with the theory that she and Paul Feig both have not been paid for Another Simple Favor yet, because they were hitching their wagon on the It Ends With Us, cohorts to jump over there and support that movie. And I only believe, because it sucks to release it now because Blake is in the thick of it. Why would you release it now? Other than the hype is around it so badly, you might as well release it now. And even if they love or hate her, they'll probably still go watch. Because why would you release it right now? Nobody wants it.
Right.
Unless you're so panicked that you need to make something shake. You're like, we got to do something. Just release the movie. Because why? Why would you send it? I feel like this movie should have stayed on the shelf.
Yeah, I remember watching the first one, but I don't really remember it until this
it was not good enough to make a two.
Started.
I will tell you that.
I remember thinking that her character was a pretentious asshole in that movie when she did the whole Jen thing. And I was like, I hate this part of the movie. I don't know what this is about, but this just seems like a marketing plug for whatever alcohol that is. And I had completely no idea how deep it actually went at that point. And now it's just like annoying.
I don't know. And again, I was trying to find out if I could find, but I feel like if I'm on TikTok live and I go into my photos, the live pauses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to pause them, but I had taken more screenshots because Lori Feig's fighting for. I remember. I don't even need to go look at the screenshot. She specifically said, Justin Baldoni's wife, Emily, is probably traumatized by Justin. I said, what?
Oh my God.
You know what? This is what I'm going to do. Because I want to make sure I'm quoting her correctly. So we're going to do this. I'm going to take the boy's phone and go on Instagram. Let me do this right now. Because that's the best way. Paul Feig. If you guys want to search along with me, if you go on Paul Feig's post, is that the simple favor one he posted by himself. She specifically said, like, have you guys noticed that Emily Baldoni's not posting? And I'm like, first of all, if you know anything about Emily Baldoni, Instagram is not her fucking vibe. Like, she's not sitting on Instagram just posting, number one. But to say that she's probably like traumatized or like a victim in her own house is crazy, Lori. Because we don't know you, Lori.
Right, we don't know you, Lori.
Let me see. You guys, give me 1 second. Alicia, it's Maggie. Alicia, I feel so bad. I feel like I'm ignoring TikTok. You guys, I'm so sorry. This is my first time. So I will figure out how to balance the eye thing better next time. Oh, okay. So Lori Feig, you guys, I don't know if you can see, but if you go on Paul Feig's post, this is Lori Feig on
oh my God, she even has her Instagram name as her name.
As her name.
She didn't even use Insta.
But her account is still private. She has 6,911 followers. But let me read her comment specifically. Somebody had left a comment saying, like, we're not supporting this movie. We're not going to watch for Blake, whatever. Then 6 days ago, Lori Feig said, why don't you focus on what's important in the world? Wake up. You guys, she literally said, get out of the basement.
She's listening to Bejeweled by Taylor Swift. What's going on? Why is she in the basement? They want to be in the penthouse? What's going on?
She said,
get out of the
basement and see what's happening to democracy.
What?
Or you are woman-hating Trumpers.
Oh my God. That is Paul Feig's wife commenting on Instagram.
Lori Feig. And
wow.
And then somebody left a comment out there. Very interesting. It seems you're saying the only important thing in the world is democracy. Alleged SH is not important or alleged false accusations, but then you found it important enough to defend Blake's innocence. I'm trying to understand what you stand for. Too many contradictions. You want us to watch your husband's movie, but now his movie is no longer important, just democracy. And if we don't agree with you, we are woman haters and Trumpers. But Justin has successfully united the left and the right. Thanks for letting us out of the basement. I'm all mad. I didn't leave that comment. And then, so people kept coming at her. And then I'm trying to find the message where she thought she was going to go off and bring up Justin's wife, because that's where she really lost me. And I was like, is this lady wild? I would not be surprised if she's deleted it by now. Oh, here we go. I found it. Then, so this is 4 weeks ago. I'm going to show you guys.
Oh my God. And it's still up. No one has taken
it up. 4 weeks ago. I'm going to read it, but I just want to show you guys. Can you see?
Wow. Yeah, that looks good on TikTok. You can totally see that.
Okay, so 4 weeks ago, she says, Blake has already been paid, period. It's on Amazon, period. Boycotting will not hurt Blake, period. It's a great film and hundreds of people worked super hard to make it great. So enjoy it, save your energy, and don't hate a film. Lori, get with the fucking system. We said we're not watching it. We're not watching it. We don't care if it's on Amazon or if we have to go, like.
Lori, honey, listen. Lori, listen.
And then she goes, love people that post lies, and then too cowardly to allow replies. All bots. Lori, why are you fighting so hard?
From a private account.
Your account is locked, Lori. So there are 24 comments under that. People were coming for her left and right. And this is where she was starting to feel herself. Because this is where she decides to go for the jugular. And I want to make sure I don't misquote her. Blake was the victim here. Well, let me show you guys, because I don't want you to this up. Y'all see right there? 3 days ago. That's Lori. 3 days ago. I don't know. Can you see on YouTube too?
Where are the Gossip Magazine writers about this? Why is People Magazine not writing about this? This would be clicks. All they want to write about is Taylor Swift. And it's like, come on. It's all right here for you.
A mess. Then she says, Blake, so she replied to somebody called Mr. Sasoa. She says, Blake was the victim here. Get the facts. She didn't say get the facts straight. She just says get the facts. Justin's wife is probably horrified by her husband.
Wow. No, honey. they're living it up in Hawaii while
I don't
people who
even
were
say
affected by the wildfires live in their home because
I'm
they
gonna
left
screenshot it and post it. But she pretty much was like, Justin's wife is
horrified.
probably horrified by her husband. I was like, Lori, you're
Someone,
really
someone should make a coffee table book of all the unhinged comments from her and everybody else in this and put it on Amazon, and it would sell like crazy.
because I don't understand why she's fighting so hard. It doesn't make sense to me.
I'm horrified by her husband, somebody said in the YouTube comments.
What is it?
Somebody said, I'm horrified by her husband, Brittany
Seriously.
with you.
So somebody's asking who's Lori. So you got Lori Feig. The comments I was reading are all from Paul Feig's wife. Paul Feig is the director for Another Simple Favor. The same man who went on Justin's podcast back in January 2023 while they were filming or about to film for It Ends With Us and pretty much shut down that man's confidence. Now, I'm not saying Paul Feig alone and Paul Feig is the reason why Justin allowed Blake to walk all over him, because Justin being who he is, he probably was already going to be open to, Blake having some input. But imagine if you have somebody like Paul Feig in the back of your head who's worked with Blake before. Maggie, I just realized I never went live on Instagram.
Oh, well, that's okay. That's okay. I think if you keep doing this, that people will show up in both places. And then if a lot of the Blake supporters are on Instagram. I've seen some unhinged comments on Instagram.
I'm pretty sure I was supposed to click go live. I thought when I clicked go live in the StreamYard, it would go live everywhere.
For everything. Yeah, I've done that too.
You guys, it's fine. Next time
we're learning together. It's okay. It's totally good.
It's good though. This is like a good first test. But so that's every comment I just read is Paul Feig's wife. Thank you guys so much. I said you're doing great. I appreciate it. I guess you guys are not harsh judges. But it was very interesting to me. So my theory that I'm going with, until somebody proves me otherwise or I see the contract, is I don't believe Blake got paid yet. Neither did Paul Feig. Because other than, if you're Blake, you already got paid. You don't care how this movie does. Because you should already know you're not working again after this.
Yeah.
Unless there is literally evidence of Justin doing something to you that we haven't seen yet, you're not coming out of this. You have to have your proof has to be pristine for us to look at you any other way other than you're bullshitting.
Yeah.
So I'm I don't know how you think you're coming out of this clean at all. But to suggest that we need to go watch the movie because she's already been paid, I think the fuck not.
Yeah, I think the fuck not. Yeah.
Because I don't think she's been paid. Because why are you telling us that? Somebody says Lori is fighting way too hard for Blake. She is, and I don't get it. I don't get it at all. It doesn't make sense.
Maybe that's probably some text messages they don't want to be released either, is the text messages between Blake and her.
Shit.
Because why is she going so hard for her into fucking Instagram comments?
They need to subpoena all of them. The podcast episode from Paul Feig literally told me they need to subpoena him too. Because that was very interesting advice to give somebody who was, and it felt like that was Justin's directorial debut. He's directed before. But what felt bad to me was the way Justin was so accepting of that. I was like, oh, I love that. That resonates with me so much. I was like, oh, poor you.
Yeah.
That man just set you up and you couldn't even tell.
Right.
Him and Jamie Heat both. And Jamie Heat specifically in that interview was as men, as humans, or we want to know, how can we humble ourselves, going on the... It's like they were the perfect victims. But in a way, too, the universe kind of is using them as not scapegoats, but as a conduit.
Yeah.
To all these people, because it had to be the perfect victim. Because had they done this to Paul Feig, I feel like they could have done away with it.
Yeah.
Had Blake and Ryan done this to any other director, they probably would have done away with it. It had to be the perfect victim, which ended up being Justin.
Yeah.
It had to be somebody that was
it's like a karmic lesson. It is the biggest.
I don't think they were prepared. Honestly, I don't think there was anything that could have prepared them for people.
No way.
I literally started this because they picked the wrong person.
Right.
Had they picked Paul Feig, I would have been going about my business. I wouldn't care.
Right.
You picked Rafael Solano?
Right.
You picked Mateo's daddy?
No.
I'm like, and the funny thing is, Zeb Raphael, that's him in real life. Like, you pick Zeb Raphael to do this too. And I keep people keep asking, where are the women he worked with in the past to come support him? And I was like, you guys keep saying if he was a feminist, he wouldn't do this against Blake. Him being a feminist is him telling his female co-stars in the past to sit down.
Right.
Him being a feminist is the reason why you haven't seen Gina Rodriguez, Sophia Bush, Yael Goldblatt. Like, you haven't seen all the women he's worked with coming out the woodworks to be like, Blake needs to take several seats. Now, I don't know the man in real life. I don't know if this is true. But if who he is who he is, I can 100% see him telling Gina Rodriguez and everybody he's worked with who wants to come out and be like, this is not Justin. Like, he would never do this. I can see him be like, no, you guys are women. I cannot have you in the public supporting a woman. Supporting me against a woman. You don't think Gina...
Right.
He married Gina Rodriguez.
Right.
He was officiant at her wedding. You don't think they actually had romance scenes, not this sniffing of your hair and your suntan lotion. Yeah. They were in the bed multiple times every week because it was a TV show. Multiple days a week, they were swapping saliva. You don't think if she felt any kind of way, what is she waiting for?
Right.
So you cannot convince me because people are like, oh my God, where are all who's watching Jane the Virgin? You guys, I'm trying so hard, but it's off all streaming. You have to buy it per episode if you want to watch it again. So
Netflix needs to step into the chat.
Yeah, I'm like, Netflix needs to put it back on streaming. Like, get your money. Do you know how many people would tune in to watch right now?
Right. Netflix. Hello.
I think they lost their streaming rights. They have to get it from CW again. But I'm like, I don't think because people are like, if he's a feminist, he wouldn't do this. And somebody just said that. Ray Charles said, feminist doesn't mean doormat. Like, that's not what it means.
Yeah, and don't even get us started on Blake Lively's version of feminism, which Taylor Swift is
no, she says she suffers from toxic masculinity. She's not even a feminist. Like,
right.
The furthest feminist you're getting from him is him not making every woman come out and support him that he's worked with. Because it would be very easy for him to snap his fingers and all his women co-stars from Jane the Virgin, which he was like only one of 3 men on that show. It was literally a female cast. You're telling me he was just lying dormant and Blake was the one who brought it out of him? Oh, yeah. Let me see you breastfeed. Are you kidding me? Like, yeah. Your postpartum body is the best I've seen in a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
I'm not doing this back and forth with you. So I want people to stop asking that question specifically because it's not, no. Him not having, I guess, Jane the Virgin cast members support him doesn't mean shit to me. Because all that tells me is he's not making them come out.
Yeah, I mean, the same question could be said about why Taylor Swift isn't publicly supporting Blake Lively. Whenever Kesha had her essay allegations, she publicly gave her $250,000 to fight her battle.
Which is the main question.
That was put in the press. So someone from the team put that in the press. So it's a great counter argument of like, well, why isn't her best friend, who's the high profile individual they keep alluding to, where is she? Why hasn't she said anything? Why is every article from People Magazine and Us Weekly or the Daily Mail saying that she's upset or that she's distanced herself and this and that and the other, but there's nothing that's like, Taylor's standing behind Blake and they were seen at, like, they haven't been seen together. They're not going to be seen together after this.
No, somebody said in the comments on YouTube, if I was on the team, this case would have been done 2 weeks ago. Actually, you know what I think? I think if there was no audio from that dance scene, this case would have ended a month ago.
Yep.
Because they hinged a lot on that dance scene. Because without audio, if you watch that, you can interpret it however you want to.
Yeah, if you look at it through the lens of Blake is a really bad actress, you can watch that video without audio and be like, yeah,
she was making.
Yeah,
because she specifically was using. And again, I don't think she knew there was audio to that, because I don't think she would have ever used that to make her case. I feel like if she knew there was audio, because they were like counting on that, and I feel like that's one of the videos the dailies Justin kept away from her, because it seemed like when the audio came out, her lawyers were like, yeah, this helps our case. No, the fuck it doesn't. It makes you look
it doesn't. Yeah. And they were like, this helps our case, and this is out of the Abuser Playbook 101. And it's like, y'all got reading from the Narcissist Handbook.
Get out of here.
Volume 3, paragraph 7.
Oh my God, let me look at some of these Instagram, because Instagram is live now. Somebody Mateo's daddy. No, seriously, like they picked the wrong one. But I have a couple of notes from the hearing. I like Maggie, you have something you want to go through too, but
I
I have
think
a
that
couple.
the trade secrets was the biggest thing that was the
Yeah.
biggest thing that stuck out to me, that I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, but I wrote right here, the judge said I know how to do my job. And I remember why I put that down, because they were trying to say, like, because one of Brian Friedman's points was, well, the judge should just allow whatever. And then if there is something they want to like specifically say, oh, we don't want the court, the public to see this, then the judge should put a protective order on that specific thing. And the other lawyers were like, no, that's not going to help us to make the judge's work, easy. Just give us like a blanket. And the judge specifically was like, I pretty much know how to do my job. Like, are you trying to say if I put regulations in place, they wouldn't abide by it? Because the judge was like, if say Brian Friedman's team put out information, I don't want to be out, then I will hold them in contempt. And
Right.
we will have a hearing on contempt. And the other lawyers were like, well, Your Honor, we don't think that will suffice. We don't think that will be enough. And the judge was pretty much like, are you trying to tell me like I don't know how to do my job? Like,
Right.
and then they were like, well, we don't want to waste the court's time any further. But if you just put them in contempt, that could take a while to sort out. And by then, whatever the ruling is not going to change if like information has kind of already gotten out. And the judge pretty much kept trying to tell them, like, I know how to do my job. Like,
Right.
if these rules were to put in place, I know exactly how to go about it to make sure like everybody's protected. And I feel like they were looking to walk out of there with like a blanket protection on everything they were asking for. But that judge was not bullshitting at all. He was not with the bullshit.
Oh, yeah, he definitely wasn't. I feel like I liked what Not Actually Golden said, that like she kind of goes over the personalities of the people in the room, because we haven't really like heard them speak. But that one girl, I think maybe it was Samantha Jones Lawyer, she was loud AF.
Oh yeah, no, every time it got to her, she was like yelling. I put in my notes, I was like, why is she yelling?
Yeah, ma'am, please quiet down.
That's what Brian Friedman came back to them, and he specifically said, if you guys missed it, he was like, just because they're celebrities doesn't mean they have to adhere to like different
laws. Yeah.
Different laws and rules and regulation. Which it kind of seemed like that's what they were trying to do. Like, oh, there are celebrities involved. They even tried to cite one of Brian Friedman's old cases, and was like, he had, I think, a case with Tarantino. I think
Miramax versus Tarantino is what they said. And
he was like, well, about real shit. He said that had real trade secrets. It was about a real screenplay I couldn't let get out. So don't quote me to me. Like, don't play with your face. Like,
yeah, he was like, oh, you want to act like you know about this case that I was on? Okay, let me tell you. He said it in such a way. He was like, by the way, there were screenplays and it was for Pulp Fiction. Maybe you fucking heard of it. Like,
I love when he was like, it was for Pulp Fiction. It was like that classic. Like,
one of the greatest movies of all time. That will go down as one of the greatest movies of all time.
I don't know if you guys can see. I have in my notes, I was like, actual trade secret.
Actual trade secrets. Yeah.
Not whatever imaginary trade secrets you're like trying to conjure up.
Right. I went into this chat that I like to use, like a chat GPT, and asked it, like, what are trade secrets that a PR agency would have? Like, what things would a PR agency have that's proprietary information?
That's proprietary,
right. Like, what is proprietary about PR? And it gave me a few different things. And it was like, maybe there's a social media, maybe there's a way they monitor social media, maybe there's something they do with social media in the form of like filtering or finding things about something. Another one was like a media contact database. And I was like, oh. Interesting. Like, I was like, none of this is anything that a competitor, unless they have some, I don't know. I have no idea what it could be.
Yeah. No, but I love that at the end, though, the judge was like, I don't know if he stayed till the very end, but he was like, a couple of observations I made about this. And I love it. It almost felt like Judge Lemon was like, I got y'all, public, don't worry. Because he specifically used the word, I want to protect the interests of the public and the rights of the public.
Right.
Because he knows, like, because this case, is so broad and like it's so big, he knows the public is interested to know how the court's resources are being used at the time. Yeah. I was like, Judge Lyman, just say you want to tell us what's up. Because he didn't allow this to be heard. Like, there was no reason for him to say, yeah, the public can listen to this. He could have shut it down.
He didn't have to say that. He didn't have to address that at all.
Yeah.
I like
the lawyer gives specific examples. They kept giving half-ass examples. No, seriously. And I think it started annoying the judge because they would say like, "Oh, we want to protect this," and he's like, "Can you give me examples?" And we covered that. I don't know, aromatic locks. I don't know if you just got in, but we covered that earlier because the judge kept asking for specific examples, like, "What do you want? What do you want to protect?" Then they will be like, "Oh, mental health information." Obviously, we don't like nobody's gonna put that out there, like. And it was offensive to even suggest that like Brian Friedman or his team would be so cavalier as to release. Say like we don't care about Taylor Swift if she has to go to the therapist. We don't care. We want to know what you and Taylor Blake were talking about. Like that. Don't waste
We already know Taylor doesn't go to a therapist because she told us on a documentary that she just talks to her mom.
Her mom is a therapist.
So like we know you don't go to therapy, Taylor. Blake probably doesn't either based on the text messages she sent where she called you a dragon.
Yeah. And then later when they kept trying to argue, they were like, "Oh, Mr. Friedman already made our point for us." And then the judge was like, "Are you saying I shouldn't give you the AEO?" And then she was like, "No, Your Honor, that is not what I'm saying."
I was like, she kept saying that. "Oh, he's just made our point for us."
And the judge was like, "Are you saying you don't want me to grant you this AEO?" She's like, "No, of course, Your Honor. That is not what we're suggesting." And the judge is like, "Get to the point." But I have to say, his voice is very soothing. He sounds so calming, and he sounds like he is not with the shits. Like he's like, "Get to the point. Don't waste my time. I have a full docket." Just because like you guys' case is like, as soon as he left this hearing, he probably had to go to another hearing where like nobody cares, you know, about that, and he can't just waste his time talking about this specific case. But I literally wrote here, Jesus Christ, these people can talk. Because at the end, I don't remember whose lawyer, but they kept saying, "Really quick, Your Honor. I'm gonna be quick, Your Honor. I'm gonna make."
I got 3 points, and then she listed off 6 points.
Like 25 minutes later. I was like, "Lady."
I said 3. I thought she said 3. And then she was like 5, 6, and 2 more. I was like,
she just kept going. And I was like, at some point, like you have to just give it up because I can't figure out like, and I think at that point it was like maybe an hour and 3 minutes in. And we didn't finish till an hour and 30 minutes. So I was like, she alone took a good, if I'm not exaggerating, she took a long time getting to whatever point she was trying to make.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that the judge didn't let them get away with like, because they really tried to, on multiple occasions, try to like just word salad it. And I could definitely see why they're Blake's lawyers, because they could definitely get along. It seemed like they were just saying stuff to say stuff. It was like they were writing an essay and they needed to cover pages. Like they were like,
they had a word count they had to reach.
Yeah, they just kept going. And then they were like I think they talked about Brian Friedman assuming I forget what they said. Oh, so at the end of the day, I think I said that in my video that I made. Brian Friedman's whole point, which he argued it perfectly. It's not his job to tell the judge why you don't need an AEO.
It's your job
to tell the judge why you need it. And it seemed like not one thing you guys said proved that. Like it seemed like you were only interested in, because I feel like if the judge were like, "Okay, what if I say I'm protecting Taylor Swift? Would you be okay with showing everything else?" Then I'm like, yes. We'll take it right now. It seemed like that was your only concern.
Right.
So the judge pretty much was like, "Yeah, I'm not giving you a blanket AEO, like come with specific stuff." And then I think right here, I'm trying to figure out what I said. A discovery, they don't want the lawyers to show. He said like asking for a blanket AEO is definitely trying to like, once you go through the discovery, like say there is a specific something you don't want, then let's come back to court and figure it out. And then they were like, Brian Friedman making it seem like only they have to come back to court as if he doesn't have to be dragged back. And he said, "I don't mind. Like, I will come back a million times if you need us to, but like, I'm not going to advocate for you to get like a big old cover. Like, yeah, just cover everything because we don't have anything to hide." They were like, "Oh, it's also going to benefit his client if we get an AEO because then we don't have to bring it back to court every time we want to uncover something." And he said, "Honestly, I don't give a shit. If you got to bring me back every time you need to talk about something, bring me back. I'll be willing to come back." So that was interesting. Is there anything you guys, maybe if you guys listen, you remember just 8 more points, Judge? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too. I laughed really hard.
It might not be available anywhere though. You guys, I'm not gonna. Somebody keeps asking if I'm gonna link the audio. No, there is no audio.
No, there is no audio to link.
There is no audio unless the judge himself or the courts release it.
Someone said a transcript will come out soon, so you'll be able to read
Transcript
everything.
will eventually come out, so you
Yeah.
can read it. And honestly, a movie about this entire case would be better than It Ends With Us.
It would. It would be. I need a Netflix series about this. I need a Netflix series.
And I need an episode or two specifically for Brian Friedman.
Yes. Yes.
Because the pettiness in which that man moves with has to be studied.
He's got some interesting cases. I found out about another case that he's a part of today.
Somebody said, I see a Lifetime coming. I rebuke it. It has to go straight to theaters. We are not watching this on Lifetime. If they make a documentary movie for Brian Friedman, I dare them to put it on Lifetime. No. We deserve it to be in theater so we can show up in our florals. Or at the very least, we can wear suits to go watch it. Do you guys have any questions? Florals or suits? I don't know. Which either way, it works for me. Do you guys have Maggie, do you have anything to add? I love this. We could do this all day. Like if I didn't have to pick up the boy in like 30 minutes, we would keep doing this. No, I'm comfortable. Like I was nervous like the first 5-10 minutes, but I'm like, look how easy it is. This camera on once a day. Yeah. Yeah. And just give like an update. I love it. I think that there's a lot, I think that like the judge noted, there's a lot of public interest in this case because people are at a point where they want to know the truth no matter what. They don't want to have the wool pulling over their eyes anymore. And it's not like we didn't already see what kind of behavior Miss Barbie was capable of. Like, and I love that we got this case at the top of the year too. It was like 2025 is set. And the fact that the hearing is not till 26, it's just gonna be a chef's kiss. Right. And not actually Golden noted that they can't really move forward right now until the judge makes an order because they're like their discoveries and their other things have to fall into that order. So like they're kind of at a halt until the judge makes an order. So we'll see. You guys, Maggie, I don't know what your schedule normally looks like. And I don't know, maybe I might be nervous if I do myself or maybe I was so comfortable because you were here. No, let's do it. Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about it, and we'll set up some more time. Yeah, and you guys have been asking me to do daily streams because I would love to cover other topics. Somebody's asking me if I'm gonna cover Megan's show. I will. And before, I just want to say, did you watch it yet? I literally started last night, but like I was so exhausted from the day. Like I don't want to say like I fell asleep, like it was boring. I literally only turned the TV on because I was trying to put my son to sleep. Right. And by the time he fell asleep, my ass was gone. Right. My husband literally came and woke me up and was like, "You fell asleep before the boy. Like, wake up." So I'm not trying to say that lady show is boring. I'm just saying I was so exhausted from the day that like I couldn't even get through it. But I will watch it. But I just want to. I feel like the hate is forced. Like I feel like there are people who don't even hate her who are just like, "Oh, that's what's up." Right. Like I saw somebody compare her to Blake, and I was like, "You're pushing it." Yeah. I saw that too. Because I'm like, Blake is actively trying to destroy a man. Yeah. Megan's just taking a rainbow fruit. If you say she's, trying to bring Pinterest back, accuse her of that. Like, because that's the consensus. Everybody's like, her show is pretty much trying to revive Pinterest, or it seems as though she just discovered Pinterest. Did you forget how her life was for the past 10 years? Like, Pinterest was probably all she had while she was over there. No, and then somebody said she was on like nobody knows her. She was on like one season of a TNT show, and I was like, she was on a couple seasons of Suits. It was not one season. Like, she was around. And now a TNT show, it's been picked up by a major streaming network, and they moved to another location to restart the show. I'm like, it's not an insult, but okay. But if you guys want, like, I will cover. I have so many interests, you guys. I'm a sports girly. I love basketball. I watch tennis. Yeah, I'm supposed to be watching Indian Wells right now, but I'm doing this, so I'm not watching. Do you like tennis, Maggie? My husband was a tennis player in high school, so we do watch tennis. Me too, girl. And football and. When I had my body, I was a tennis player. Yeah, I was a dancer when I high school. When you had your body. When I had my body. Now I got my new mom body, yada yada. I got a mom body yaddy. I can't be out here like that no more. No, but honestly, if you guys want, like, I love doing this. I could do like an hour shows like this. I don't know, Maggie, if you want to join, because I really
Yeah,
like
totally.
how we bounce off each other. And we could do segments, because again, I love sports, so I wouldn't want to just do the gossip. Like, I would love to cover, and I'm a Miami Heat fan. So
Yes.
whatever happened in basketball.
All sorts of upset happening right now in basketball.
Yeah,
that trade, those trades.
So we could do, and it will be timestamped. So say you hate sports, you can skip over that. We can talk about the housewives. We can talk about, I'm not about to talk about your political choices, but we can talk about what's going on in the world. That's like our democracy. We can talk about what's going on in the country. We can talk about, and Blake Lively will be very prominent. So will Justin Baldoni. But if you guys would have me, yeah, I would love to do this. Like, somebody said, are Maggie and Elsa supposed to be older? They look like they're in their 20s. Maggie looks like she's a good 25.
Dude, there's
I saw a video before where you were trying to tell people you were much older than that. Because I think you were getting ready to go to dinner with your mother-in-law or something. You were picking an outfit. And you were like, I don't know how old you guys think I am, but I'm much older. I'm going to be 30 next month.
I just turned 35 in December. And
oh, happy birthday. I'm going to be 30. So we're not that far. We're not that far from 20. I'm still in the 20s, so I'm going to enjoy.
29 is a good year.
Our democracy with humor. But if you guys want, I'm willing to do this once, an hour to an hour and a half. What happened?
Rachel said, Judge, these ladies are lying. They be 20.
I swear to God, I'm literally going to be 30. Like,
I'll show you my birth certificate.
Yeah, no, seriously. I'll show my passport or something.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to be 30 April 4th, so maybe we can have a party over here or something.
Oh, good for you. That's such a cool birthday. My husband's
I'll
birthday.
bring the essential water. Yes. You guys wear your florals.
Wear your florals.
We'll meet over here. Trade secret. Wait, should we name this show Trade Secrets?
Oh my God. That would be great. That would be great.
Yeah, because I was going to name my show My Intrusive Thoughts, because again, I feel like everything I say is such an intrusive thought. Like, girl, you should not have said that out loud.
These are proprietary theories and information.
I love that.
These are trade secrets. This is trade secrets.
I love that. But you guys, I'm willing to, I'm glad I chose today to do it, because I've had my husband got me the camera, this thing. He got it to me as a gift. He's like, go do your thing. And I was like, you're really invested in this social media thing. So I was like, yeah, that's great. I just needed like the first live. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And it happened to be today. I wasn't even planning for this to be a live. Like, because I kept saying, oh, I need a tripod. I need light. I need this. And somehow this worked out. So
it's perfect.
I might hop back on again tomorrow. And the time, let me know if you got, because this worked because my son is in school. So
yeah, this works for me. Same time.
If he was home, it would be loud as hell. He would be jumping on my neck. He would be knocking shit over. Yeah. You would hear me speak 2 languages. This is not cute.
Just chaos.
So let me know if this time works for you guys. We can do like a 2:45 till about 4, like an hour, 30, or if it's a short day, it's a short day.
Yeah.
And I think it would be great. We can talk about, and you guys can submit questions if you want, or like a topic you want us to touch. I don't know if you'd be willing to do it every day, Maggie, but this was pretty cool.
Let's do it.
I'll be willing to hop on every day.
I'm willing to do it.
Welcome to the Trade Secrets podcast. Thank you guys for giving me a name for this. This is so funny. Is that code for sad? I don't know what code for sad is. What are we talking about, Rachel? Oh, somebody said we'll be there. And I guess we will save it as a regular video. So if you missed the live, you can watch it, when you come back from work or something like that. But you guys are starting to phase out. So I want to say thank you to everybody from Instagram, from TikTok, from YouTube, from everywhere who tuned in. Like, you guys made it really comfortable for me. It was my first live. And I still, I'm still trying to figure out how to look at all the screens at the same time. I wish there was a way to make sure that one camera can go on TikTok too. That way I'm not looking away so much. And I will try my best to read, somebody says, please do it every day. I will try. I will try my best.
Yeah. And if we don't, we'll give you an update. Maybe there won't be like a whole, there may not be an hour of content every day, but if we'll give you updates.
We should text after this and make this a thing, right? Like, we should definitely 100%. Make this a thing. Okay. Cause this was very comfortable and easy. It was so cool.
I agree. So let's keep doing this.
Do whatever is good for you to be there. Thank you. Got trade secrets. Never with teeth. You guys.
Oh my God. Never with intimacy coordinator.
Never with intimacy coordinator. Oh my God. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. I appreciate your comments. I'm going to, once we leave this, can I read these comments? Because I want to read what everybody said, or like it's gone after the live.
I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe somebody will let you know like really quickly.
Okay.
If somebody's familiar with streaming live on StreamYard, do you get to, are the comments kept for you? Like,
yeah, I have no idea.
Download in a PDF or something? Because that would, yeah, because there's so many comments. This is such a great conversation. You guys are so.
And everybody seemed to really enjoy it. Like nobody was like I'm bored or anything like that. So
no. How could they be?
And I hope you guys subscribe. I don't know how to even see if people subscribe. I think there's a way to see if like people subscribe from the live or something. But you guys, let's grow the community. Let's grow the platform. Let's get the word out for people to get in here. Let's get justice for Justin. That is such a good slogan.
Yeah.
It's almost as if the universe knew he would need justice one day.
Right.
Let's get justice for Justin.
Yes.
And I don't know when the judge will come back with a ruling. It probably won't be today because the day ends in about an hour as far as court timing. If it's tomorrow, I will bring it back to you guys. But regardless, we'll try to go live again tomorrow around the same time.
Yeah.
Am I tripping? Okay. And then we'll see if we could do it every day. And then I will see what my schedule looks like. If I could try to do like sneak like a morning show before, and in the afternoon I will get on with Maggie. Yeah. And then we can kind of cover whatever happened. But this was really fun. I can do this. I can do this all day.
That's right. You can. That's right. You can. I told you. I was like, it's going to be great. This is going to be perfect.
Thank you. I was so nervous. I guess there was no need to be. And I'm so sorry for every message I missed. I'm not going to log out of TikTok yet. That's what I'm going to do because I don't want to miss what they said. I'm going to leave that live. And then once we leave YouTube, I will try to catch up with whatever happened there. I thought I would only do an hour. Like I thought I would only have the nerve for an hour, and we're an hour 20 minutes in. So I guess we did something right. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. You have no idea. Patricia Tippin says, please do it every day. I will, trust me. You guys have really made me comfortable. Just make sure you show up. And even if you can't catch us during the live show, this is how see, I'm learning. I accidentally did it. But Patricia says, please do it every day.
Patricia, is that your cat sitting in that chair? That's so cute.
Let's go back. Is that a cat?
Is that a little dog or a cat?
I'm mortified of cats, by the way.
Oh my God. That's
like a fear, like a phobia, like an actual fear.
I used to have a fear of cats too. My brother used to throw them on me because he thought it was funny. So I do have I can't stand a cat scratch. It's my worst. It's like worse than a paper.
Don't be worried about it. It's like when you touch them, there's no vertebra. Like there's nothing. I can't. No.
Oh, her name is.
Of it. I'm so scared. Who is Maggie? Where can I find her? Oh, okay. So you guys, I don't know how to. Maggie, you see down there, you can put in your where it says display name. You can put in your app, like your how people can find you on TikTok or Instagram.
Yes.
Like your username. You guys go follow Maggie. She's on TikTok. If you're not following me on TikTok and you happen to be on YouTube watching or Twitch, or I don't even know if my Twitch live happened. I have no clue.
I'm metaphysical AF on TikTok with a period between the words. So or you can find Maggie May, but it might be harder to find me because that's kind of a basic.
Okay, so Maggie, just send me those things, and then I'm gonna when I put this video on YouTube, I'm gonna attach all that.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll text it to you right now.
People can find you guys. People can find you. And you guys, I think there is a way I've seen on other people's YouTube where they allow like the viewers to come in, like to talk. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna figure out how to do that. That way, when we're on a live, we can allow like the people watching, if they have a point they want to make, we can allow them to come in and make their point, almost like adding somebody on TikTok or something.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And I feel like you guys have something to say. You shouldn't have to only comment it, because sometimes you really want to get on the conversation.
Yeah, we want to hear your funny commentary too. Yeah. Like we want to hear it.
Thank you guys so much. But I can't say thank you enough. I feel like I don't want to leave. I wish my husband was responsible for pickup today so I could just sit here. But he's like all the way in like Sunrise, so I have to go pick up the boy. But You guys, this was amazing. You really made me feel
Back.
comfortable. Really, somebody says I have 5 cats, Maine Coons. They're like humans. Oh, Tanya, God bless you, but I'm scared. I'm so scared. Oh, Patricia said the cat's name is Izzy.
I saw.
Izzy from Grey's Anatomy, or like just Izzy? Oh, and you guys, another thing, I'm like a TV show aficionado. Like I love TV shows. So I wouldn't mind plugging in, like in our segments, we could talk about, a TV show we are watching.
Yeah.
And what happened in the episode before or something like that.
Yeah,
So
what's going on with Yellow Jackets?
Yeah. What are you watching now, Maggie?
I said, what the heck is going on with Yellow Jackets?
I haven't seen Yellow Jackets.
Oh, it's I would love to hear your commentary about it. What are you watching right now? What's on your go-to?
Literally, funny thing, since I started this whole thing, I used to be like balancing 10 different TV shows at a time. But since I started this thing, like, because I've been doing a lot of research for this, you think I'm being paid. I've been doing so much research for this Lively Baldoni situation. I haven't had time to even like sit and watch a full episode of a TV show.
Oh my gosh.
Like I literally watched the new Suits, but I wanted to make a review on that. It felt like Oliver Queen was trying to come out of his shit. Like it felt like Oliver Queen wanted to come out on every scene. Like I couldn't watch it. Like I was like, no.
Yeah.
I love Oliver Queen in Arrow. But every time he spoke in Suits, it felt like Oliver Queen. You know his mayoral days when he was in a suit? First of all, those were one of the hottest days because he was like, Mayor Oliver was hot.
Yeah.
But him in a suit in Suits with a gray hair, it did not, it didn't get.
Yeah.
So like, I really wanted to like talk about that, but I was like, I got so sidetracked with everything.
I hear
you. I'm gonna try to watch this Yellow Jacket, and then we can probably, or you can watch whatever show you're watching, and then we can, if we have one we're watching, we can talk about it together. Or if people are in the comments and they're watching the same, they can chime in as well. But I think that would be another good way to like an hour and a half would be a good way to have like a segmented show where if there was like a fashion situation the night before, we can kind of cover that also. But I think this would be fun. I like it. I'm enjoying it.
I enjoy it too. I absolutely am. I'm so glad we decided to do this today. And everybody,
I almost want to send an Uber to pick up my son.
Oh my God, love it.
Like, hey, bring him to this address. But he's 6 years old.
That's right.
He's 6 years old, so I don't think that would work. Let me go get him.
Right.
But thank you guys. Thank you guys so much again. I really appreciate it. You have no idea. Somebody said he'll always just be Arab. Seriously, like I can't see him as anything else, especially when he does that deep voice. Someone says, I wish I was funny. You are funny. Are you kidding? Oh my God. Thank you guys. I don't know how to, do I just leave? I feel like I'm leaving you guys hanging.
I know. Well, I can leave and then we can, but.
We'll message. I'm going to kind of duck out. I feel like, do I just cover the camera and then I duck out?
Like do an elevator, go away where you can
like, hey, how y'all doing?
I'm gonna text you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it.
Bye, guys.
This is where we say tune in tomorrow, same time, same place.
That's right.
Make sure you subscribe and like this stream and watch it later if you didn't get a chance. Thank you.
That's right.
Besitos. Bye. End stream.